I know I probably shouldn't have a stiffy right now, but that succubus Sheila is doing it for me in all the right ways.
You.
Yes, fow-chan. We are here to serve you.
Serve me? I see. Then pray tell, why have you summoned me to this shithole universe?
Well, this Valentin guy told us you were sex incarnate, and that you seek to corrupt all that stand against the dissemination of smut.
Our galaxy is being torn apart by Puritan cock blockers. Save us, fow-chan.
Save you? I was enjoying my beauty sleep when you worthless maggots pulled me to this pathetic reality. And now, I'm going to be late for work. Do you have any idea how many creepy comments are going to be piled up in my inbox upon my return? My boss is going to throw a hissy fit.
But all we are asking you to do is eliminate an institution of oppression that has ruled over this galaxy with an unstoppable iron fist for millennia. You'll be back to work in no time.
Also, show us your tits.
I'll show you something, alright.
Holy Benobi! Where'd they go?
I swallowed their souls to nourish my voracious appetite. And I still hunger for more.
Now hold on a tick, your almighty fow-chan-ness. I am the captain of the Mary Celeste. I think we're on the same bloody team here. We also want to bathe the starways in carbon. Why don't we join forces?
You adorable, pathetic little creature. You don't understand. I'm currently bound to serve someone far more sinister than you in my dimension. The only way my contract can be reassigned is if you manage to resist my powers of seduction and defeat me. But let me tell you right now, you're not going to be the first panty-faced psycho whose soul I've easily sucked out of his dick. And you certainly won't be the last. How did you defeat me? You are far stronger than I believed a loser of no significance could ever be.
Sorry to wreck your schedule, but looks like I'm your boss now.
The non-compete clause and NDA have all been absolved. The corporate chains that shackled me to my cum-stained desk are broken, and I am free of the confines of a 9-to-5 torment.
Nice. I always wanted my very own succubus.
Captain, your strength is undeniable. I'm hereby bound to serve you in this dimension.
Yeah, it's gonna feel kind of strange having a demigod walking around the Mary Celeste, scaring the blazes out of everyone. Could you give me a heads up concerning where you're gonna park your fine hoofed ass?
I have a solution for that. Take my Punani pendant. It contains a portal to another dimension, which happens to contain my flat. If you don't mind, I'll take my leave and rest there until you call upon my services. Captain, why in blazes are you summoning me again so soon?
I was just curious. Do you have Starcucks in your dimension?
Of course. Every dimension has some form of Starcucks. Without their fetid, overpriced sludge, no civilized society of mere mortals would be able to perpetually fuel its miserable existence. Now sod off and let me sleep. I have a new special torment for you, Captain. Since I know just how much you love pain, I've just made the endless combat mode available to the crew. This should be an appropriate way to get me some levels, and you may even receive some nifty new rewards. Chop chop love. You would like to know more? Well, I was summoned from the pits of hell by a filthy neckbeard that deceived me into becoming his secretary. As the duplicitous cretin sought control of the world through poorly animated 3D pornography. I was distracted with infernal matters, so I didn't read the fine print of my contract. Naturally, it forced me into an existence of pure torment where every waking moment was spent answering endless streams of messages from perverts on Twitter. Within a week, I was inundated with oceans of dick pics and requests that we turn their girlfriends into 3D models and gangbang them with four-legged abominations.
Did your company make hologames?
Don't get me started on the gaming industry on Earth. It's kind of like your Imperium here. As in a bunch of franchise exploiting overlords siphoning credits from their impish supporters through any means possible. They promise them riches, but only shill hollow loot box after loot box, until their wallets run dry as the abominable sands in the seventh circle of hell. They are lucky the Earthlings are pathetically stupid enough to fall for such obvious scams.
Holy sweet supple tits of mercy! You were on my home planet?
You never existed in my Earth. Other than you being a fictional character, human technology is much more primitive in my dimension. The apes have not yet developed the required technology for interstellar travel. Technically, it's classified as an alternate dimension. However, I'd rather not get too deep into the whole timeline rubbish, so we don't go full cape shit with our lore. Don't fret, however. I'd wager your ancestors are still in the middle of the outback, watching footy and opening coldies with their teeth. The absolute wankers.
What's an outback?
It's an arid wasteland where destitute felons eke out a brave existence of cooking meth, all the while surviving amongst poisonous fauna that would kill them at every opportunity. And did I mention the nearest bloody gas station is always hundreds of miles away? Never again. You wish to know the origin of the Mary Celeste? Very well. Though I warn you, this revelation will be so astonishing that it may destroy what little sanity you have left. I don't even feel like writing this. This deadline is up my fucking ass. I've had it with this goddamn script. I've been locked in a shitty apartment writing fucking dick jokes for 6 months straight. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna leave this bullshit in the script. I bet the VA is gonna read this and not even fucking realize it's the ramblings of a madman on his last fucking legs. I do. But I'm gonna say them anyway. Just fucking end it all. End it. End it. End it!
Oh, wow. That's amazing. Thanks for finally revealing the origin of me ship.
What am I? Why, I'm lust incarnate, darling. Clearly, you haven't been to hell yet. Don't worry, Skipper. You're well on your way. Just keep it up with drugs and premarital fornication. A few more murders here and there couldn't hurt either. And yes, for future reference, I am a succubus. I seduce people in order to drain their succulent souls through their genitals, which allows me to grow more powerful. Quite simple, really.
You're not gonna drain my soul while we're doing the devil's dance, are you?
No! Tricking the protagonist into having sex, resulting in a game over, has already been done by another sci-fi franchise. We don't want to seem like we're ripping people off now, do we?
Now that we've tasted each other's assholes, can you tell me about your former employers?
You mean my former enslavers? They exist only to corrupt the most beloved fictional babes of their realm by putting them in movies where they fuck all sorts of monsters, big men, tentacled beasts, and other assorted big-dicked fiends.
Oh my. Are there movies available on the Holonet? I'm just asking for a friend, I swear. Derek's into that stuff. Not me though. Totally not me.
Their work is nothing but a sad series of masturbatory fantasies invented by a cabal of horny, sexually repressed degenerates, based around their infantile understanding of the mating habits of my fellow hellmates. Their poorly directed wankery gives fucksmiths from throughout the 9 circles of hell that name.
Sounds pretty degrading to your people. Which is exactly why I want to see it right fucking now.
Did we not already establish during my recruitment mission that your mind will be destroyed if you watch these cursed movies? Nothing good can come from it.
I think you're underestimating my power to fap to even the most horrifying of porno and emerge unscathed. Mentally, at least.
Though I doubt that is the case, as your waifu, I'm basically obligated to placate your ego with confirmation. However, I cannot fully submit to you until the one that holds my leash in the other realm is destroyed.
Who is this cunt that tricked you into signing that contract?
I dare not speak his name. I'm afraid I may accidentally say it 3 times, and then he will manifest in this dimension and bring ruin to all aboard the ship. We must bide our time and wait for our moment to strike.
Due to the logistical setup of the game thus far, you never really got a chance to interact with or comment on the rest of the waifus aboard the Mary Celeste.
Yes, that is right. If we don't have some kind of dialogue about that, I'm sure the review bombers on Steam will rate about it being a missed opportunity, or something like that.
How about you start rattling off what you like most about my wonderful waifus?
Captain, I'm a succubus. I don't look for the best in people. I scour the depths of their souls for their weaknesses so that I may exploit them. Let's start with that android friend of yours. Clearly a rip-off of an AI from another sci-fi game that was ham-fistedly remodeled to become a fappable romance interest for the protagonist's comic relief pilot. Who lives only to serve you without fail, which is the most basic bitch stock waifu behavioral pattern. Oh well, at least she's not elephant gooch grey. Moving on to your snooty doctor. Real original right there. By the way, she was probably redesigned last minute in order to match the grid combat requirements and given a British accent by your director for diversity purposes. Speaking of Cockney accents, that second-rate Scarlet succubus ripped straight from a pirate theme park ride probably wouldn't have made it into the game if I was here in the first place. Why was I not here in the first place? Oh, and what about your vapid, self-centered elf? Only a million other fictional universes have used that archetype before. The whole literal fashion Nazi angle was a futile, overplayed attempt at originality. And a cat girl, enough said! Nice blatant pandering to the furry community when you check that box off, you hacks. Oh, and don't let me forget the drunken foul-mouthed dwarf, the staple of any shit joke writer's arsenal of narrative crutches. Bit risky to put all your Mary Sue eggs into one intellectual pixie basket as well. For fortune, I would have gone with a blonde, big-titted, big-bootied, preposterously proportioned, supremely fuckable airhead with no gag reflex or shame. But at least you shoehorned the big-titty goth GF in. Too bad you had to ruin it by making her unfuckable for most of the game. I bet the censors will be pleased with her blatant xenophobic overtones. And the Squid Girl. What drunken, coked-up bird embryo-sucking art director came up with that design?
Fow-chan? You've shaken my cock to its very core. But you have not shaken its desire to fuck every single fucked up Sheila on this ship for every minute this game remains installed on my PC!
What a waste of man juice. I am indisputably the best waifu on this ship. And the sad thing is, I'm only here because of a goddamn Kickstarter stretch goal!
So why did you hate your job at the Insidious Cave? Evil Castle? Demonic Mansion? Wherever you were employed?
Studio. It was a rundown, disgusting studio.
Fuck. I'd be pissed as well if I was as powerful as you and a failing porn studio managed to trap me.
I'm a succubus! A daughter birthed in flaming sin and brimstone to the bellies of hell! I am meant to walk among the mortals and taint the very perceptions of their own purity by turning it against them as I consume their souls. Instead, I was metaphysically chained to the moldy customer service desk and forced to answer calls from the desperate, lonely miscreants complaining about plot holes in a fucking porno! Who complains about a story in a porno? Who?
Yeah, that's gotta suck. Is there no way to stop this evil and end your torment?
Many have tried, none have succeeded. All campaigns of war, attempts of assassination, and threats of lawsuits have failed. If anything, it's their diabolical animation itself that will ruin them in the end.
Why's that? Animation sounds piss easy, mate.
Clearly, you've never tried to shove a massive demon dick into a 5'2" ninja girl's asshole, using legacy animation software that hasn't been patched in over a decade.
Is that why you're in trouble? Someone finally snapped?
Yes, he now seeks to claim something of great value to me. Something that could tear apart the very fabric of my being should it ever be compromised.
What is this great relic you speak of?
It is a 512 megabyte memory stick.
A megabyte? How much is that? Is that more than a yottabyte?
No, it's much, much less.
Ha! That's barely enough to render a fucking toe in the holonet. Though to be fair, that's enough for some blokes to fap to anyways.
This is no laughing matter, Captain. That amount of space is more than enough to contain my salvation and my destruction.
Where is the stick now?
If you level me up some more, I might tell you. But if you're already this far into the game, you probably know how this bullcrap works. And you probably also need a shower.